Hello, happy people.
We interrupt your regular intro for this special announcement.
Breaking news, Moment of Zed has reached 100 subscribers. Thanks to all of you who have already subscribed. I appreciate your support. And we have a new custom URL. It is www.youtube.com/c/momentofzed. To those of you who haven't subscribed and are watching, please consider hitting that subscribe button and be part of the next 100 subscribers. Again, to all of you, thank you for your support, and back to the video. And welcome to your Moment of Zed, the YouTube channel dedicated to the most beautiful car in the world, the BMW Z3, or as Londoners call it, the Z3. I'm Mark, and you're probably wondering, what's with the getup? Well, we had our first major rainstorm of the year here in beautiful Florida, and my car was outside in the parking lot at work, and I found that this car is an excellent place to take a shower because I've got water leaks. So, let's take a look and then let's fix them. So it may be a little hard to see where the problem is, but the problem in my car is in one of the most common areas on the Z3 where it will leak water on you. That is the rubber seal at the top of the A-pillar. You're kind of looking out my window right now and looking at this gap, light coming through where the top of the A-pillar rubber seal meets the edge of the top rubber seal. And if we can see light through it, then water can definitely get in, and it's pretty much the same on the passenger side. So the product I'm going to be using today is Permatex windshield and glass sealant. Now, I've watched a couple other videos online, and they're never super specific about what they use, but one of them used what appeared to be a silicone-based product like this Permatex. The other one used a 3M product. It seems like they both got good results. We're going to go with the Permatex. I think the silicone is a little easier to clean up. I will put a link to the other product in the description if you want to check that out. There are forum posts about this as well. They are also never real specific about what they use. They just say rubber sealant. So we're going to go with this and see how it works out. This was about $7 at the local AutoZone for an 1.5 ounce tube. So let's take a close-up look at the area we're dealing with. We're at the top of the A-pillar with the rubber seal, and the rubber seal's hollow. It has a rubber plug inside of it. Now that rubber plug either shrinks or gets pushed down over the years, and there's gaps in it, and it's too low, creating that gap between the rubber seal on the top and that A-pillar rubber seal. There's also a drain hole on the side. You can see there where my finger is. You do not want to clog that, and we're going to put something in that hole to protect it from accidentally getting silicone sealant into the hole. And basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to fill that gap between the plug and the seal, and then fill in that valley and build it up a little bit so we get a good seal against the top. So a couple things. I've covered my upholstery to guard against runs, drips, and errors. I've cleaned the surface with a wet paper towel, and I've also put a Q-tip into that drain hole, the Q-tip without the tips, just the stick into that drain hole to protect it from us accidentally sealing it. First step, put in some silicone sealant, just a little bit, and then work it into the area between the plug and the seal itself with a flat-bladed screwdriver, and just kind of work it in little by little all around. The only area I'm kind of avoiding is the top there where that plug meets the drain hole. I'd really want to keep that drain hole clear. And again, just add a little bit more and work that in as much as you can to try and fill in that gap and seal up the gap between the plug and the seal itself. Wipe away excess with your finger, and then we're going to go ahead and add a bead of silicone to the top. And again, we're trying to fill in that gap or valley there. One thing I found about the silicone is it's very runny, as you're going to see. It doesn't make a huge mess, but it's just not really thick enough, I think, for a vertical application. I think if I had to do this again, I would probably go ahead and use that 3M product that's in the description. I think that's a bit thicker.
Or I might even cut a piece of rubber and glue it, maybe using the silicone, to that area just to create a seal with that. I don't think I'd use the silicone again. There's nothing really wrong with it, but what I had to do was kind of blow dry it on the cool setting, partially cure it, and then just build up layer after layer to get that thickness I needed to close that gap. And that was kind of a hassle, and it just wasn't as easy as it should have been, as you can kind of see.
So let's take a look at the seals now that they've had 24 hours to cure. And they are certainly not things of great beauty by any means. They did not quite dry so clear, and I think that has to do with the thickness of the material I put in. But if it keeps the water out, I will be very happy. So let's go ahead and put the top up and take a look. So taking a look at the gap between the A-pillar rubber and the top rubber, yesterday there was a ton of light coming through. Today, even with strong outside light, there is no light coming through that gap. Hopefully that means there'll be no water coming through that gap, but we will find out the next time I wash the car. If it doesn't work out, I will let you know. Final thoughts, if I were to do this project again, I probably wouldn't use the Permatex, not because there's anything wrong with it, it's a fine product, but it's just kind of runny to use on a vertical surface. Other than that, hopefully we'll keep the rain out from now on. And if this content was valuable to you, please consider hitting that like button. Thank you as always for your support. And until next time, drive safe.